Anthony Joshua break his public silence for the first time since the crash. In a post that was shared to Instagram, the world heavyweight champion released an image alongside what appears to be perhaps the parents of Gami and Ayodele, offering a quiet but powerful tribute to two men.
People came out to show their respects, but they also came out to support Anthony Joshua, because what must he be going through right now?
Anthony Joshua breaks down in tears at Sina and Lats' funeral, a moment that stopped the boxing world. Not in the ring, not under lights, but in raw emotion, AJ showed the heart behind the champion. Today, we witness a legend moved by loss, reminding us even heroes bleed feelings. After returning from the hospital, Anthony Joshua stands with quiet strength. This isn't the ring, this is reality. His eyes reveal the burden he carries beyond punches, reminding us that even the toughest warriors face pain. Today, we see Anthony Joshua not as a fighter, but as a man deeply affected by life's hardest moments. Amid sorrow at the funeral, Anthony Joshua stands in quiet respect, absorbing the reality of life lost too soon. This moment isn't about fights or titles, but the real sadness felt by a man who survived when two of his closest team members did not. The world now sees his pain up close.
This is Anthony Joshua's first post since the tragic accident, okay? This came from his social media, and of course, if you guys didn't see it in the preview of the video, it was simple but strong and powerful. And it stated, "My brother's keeper." And in this situation, it means that he's going to take care of everything. He's responsible for his brothers.
Johnny Nelson focuses on the families who lost their sons, then shifts attention to how this tragedy impacts Anthony Joshua. The pain doesn't end at the funeral. It follows Anthony Joshua mentally, emotionally, and professionally, shaping how he moves forward beyond boxing.
And not talk about these two young men that lost their lives and their families, how it's affected their families. So you want to concentrate on AJ. How's it going to affect AJ? Instead of concentrating on how's it affected the people that have lost.
Spencer Fearon shares a glimpse of Anthony Joshua's raw humanity at the funeral. Even in public, Anthony Joshua manages his emotions with quiet dignity, accepting brief gestures of comfort. This interaction highlights the weight on his shoulders, showing that behind the public image of a champion lies a man profoundly touched by loss, struggling to process grief while maintaining composure in front of the world.
I was walking out, because I wasn't going to go say anything to him. I was walking out, then I got a tap on the shoulder. I turned around, it was Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? And we had a brief chat and a little embrace and that. And then I left. But it was, you know, funerals are never good, but...
Anthony Joshua reflects on the cruel unpredictability of life, mourning friends taken too soon. His words reveal the depth of survivors' guilt and emotional turmoil he carries. Even as a global champion, Anthony Joshua faces the same haunting questions any human would. Why them and not me? This moment underscores that loss does not discriminate, and the greatest fighters can be the most vulnerable when confronted with tragedy.
You look at it's always the people that are the best, or, you know what I mean, that end up going first. You know, and you examine like, well, why wasn't it me, or why did this have to happen?
Anthony Joshua shares wisdom shaped by pain and experience. Even after witnessing tragedy, he emphasizes staying true to oneself and surrounding yourself with the right people. These words carry extra weight given the recent losses he has endured, highlighting his resilience. Anthony Joshua's message resonates beyond the ring, inspiring fans to value life, make careful choices, and find happiness amid adversity, proving that strength isn't just physical but also emotional and mental.
Just trying to find happiness within yourself. True blessing is actually making into this earth. Everyone dies at some stage, you know? So I think across the board, one has to be happy inside. No matter about the material possession one owns, how that's a car and driving. Very, very careful of other people we choose to hang around with and associate them, because you soon become like the people who spend merciful hell.
The sheep come the punch around of lions. She receive what I'm alive. So pick your friends and your circle wisely. Much as the kids is, it starts a flourish and glory, and blossom, rather than perish, made away and dead. So look at the environment, it's the same thing.
Johnny Nelson highlights the tragic reality of lives lost too soon and the impact it leaves on families and friends. Anthony Joshua stands witness to this grief, knowing that the people around him could have been gone. This moment humanizes the champion, showing that even the strongest man feels sorrow deeply. Anthony Joshua's presence at the funeral reflects respect and empathy for the families and serves as a reminder to everyone that life is precious and unpredictable. His emotions show that courage is not just physical strength, but also the ability to face pain openly.
It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing a life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these two men were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives.
Jarrell Miller shares the emotional toll of witnessing tragedy and losing people unexpectedly. Anthony Joshua experiences the same mental strain as he processes grief for friends gone too soon. This emphasizes that champions are human and that strength is tested beyond the ring. Anthony Joshua's emotions are a testament to his resilience and compassion. Being present at the funeral and absorbing the weight of loss shows his deep connection to those around him. Fans witness a side of Anthony Joshua that is raw and vulnerable, reminding the world that heroes also face mental and emotional battles.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ, we're not on the best terms, man, I feel for this brother, man. Because it could have been my family, could have been my friends. And I feel like, man, it's mentally kind of draining looking at this stuff all day online. And like I said, I didn't really see nothing too graphic until this morning. Now I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, man. I've seen dead bodies before and all that. Man, I don't even know how to even express myself because
Pain Game explains how Anthony Joshua survived a life-threatening car accident and continues to endure. This moment at the funeral shows Anthony Joshua's extraordinary resilience and determination. Despite physical and emotional scars, he remains composed, showing a deep inner strength. Anthony Joshua's ability to handle tragedy and still face the world with dignity inspires not only fans but also fellow athletes. The experience reminds everyone that even those who appear unshakable in public carry burdens privately. Anthony Joshua exemplifies courage, perseverance, and humanity as he navigates the aftermath of personal and collective loss.
He's been through such a severe car accident there. All right, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care because you don't want to.
Showbiz the Adult explains the circumstances surrounding the accident that claimed the lives of two young men. Anthony Joshua's grief is compounded by the harsh reality of how fragile life can be and the legal consequences involved. Witnessing such tragedy makes Anthony Joshua reflect on safety, responsibility, and the value of life. The funeral serves as a moment of mourning and awareness for him and those around him. Anthony Joshua stands as a figure of empathy and respect, showing that even in fame and success, understanding and compassion for the victims and their families remain paramount.
This is a real image of both of them together. Now, Nigerian police sources has indicated that Adeniyi will be facing some serious felony charges for reckless driving. And I know a lot of you guys are curious, such as I, on, what would be the punishment or the penalty for reckless driving in Nigeria. So I looked it up. And if you are a reckless driver in Nigeria and you cause a fatality on a federal road, that is up to 7 years.
Even without words, Anthony Joshua's presence conveys strength and sorrow. The weight of loss is visible on his face and in his posture as he stands among mourners. This moment highlights the humanity of a man who is often seen only as a champion. Anthony Joshua absorbs the grief around him and demonstrates respect for those who passed. His emotions connect him to everyone present and to fans around the world. Anthony Joshua shows that courage is also about facing life's hardest realities and standing strong even when the heart is heavy with pain.
Been through such a severe car accident there. Like, all right, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care because you don't want to...
Eddie Hearn's presence at the funeral emphasizes the gravity of the situation and the impact on Anthony Joshua. The emotions surrounding this tragic event go far beyond the boxing world, touching the hearts of everyone involved. Anthony Joshua is visibly affected, carrying the pain of losing friends who were close to him. Even though Eddie Hearn does not speak directly about Anthony Joshua, his reactions and demeanor highlight the shared grief and the weight of responsibility that comes with being a champion. Anthony Joshua's ability to remain composed while processing immense sorrow demonstrates his resilience and strength. This moment reminds fans that behind the public image of success lies a deeply human side. Anthony Joshua is forced to navigate grief, public scrutiny, and personal reflection all at once, showing the emotional toll that tragedy imposes on even the strongest athletes.
Dealing with the inquiries and the media, and you can imagine how many people are trying to find out.
John Fury's presence at the funeral underscores the profound respect and concern surrounding Anthony Joshua. Even as a public figure with immense fame, Anthony Joshua experiences loss in its rawest form. John Fury's reactions serve as a mirror to the emotional weight carried by Anthony Joshua, showing that support from friends and mentors is crucial during such trying times. Observing Anthony Joshua in this moment highlights the human vulnerability that accompanies grief. The funeral is a space where Anthony Joshua can express sorrow away from the ring, confronting the fragility of life and the impact of tragedy. Every gesture, glance, and pause reveals the internal struggle of processing loss while maintaining composure. Anthony Joshua demonstrates a remarkable blend of strength and empathy, proving that true resilience encompasses emotional honesty and the ability to face sorrow with dignity and grace.
Jay, you're one lucky lad. God bless you, I'm glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody, and try and enjoy the new year as much as you can.
Gareth A. Davis's attendance at the funeral reinforces the support system surrounding Anthony Joshua during this tragic period. Although he does not speak directly, his presence contributes to an environment where Anthony Joshua can process grief collectively, recognizing that he is not alone in this sorrow. The weight of losing two young men so suddenly is amplified by the public attention, yet Anthony Joshua manages to balance his private pain with the awareness of those around him. Every moment captured at the funeral illustrates the depth of Anthony Joshua's emotional state. From silent reflections to brief gestures of empathy, Anthony Joshua shows the world that even a heavyweight champion feels the profound impact of life and loss. His resilience is intertwined with vulnerability, offering fans a rare glimpse at the human side of a man often defined by strength and victory.
Some very interesting and germane points you make there in this moment, Raheem. That I think what I've noticed, that obviously there were a kind of panoply of opinions about him fighting Jake Paul to take it back a week and a half. I mean, I was critical of that fight being signed, first of all, because I worried about the dangers for Jake Paul. He got his jaw broken at the end of the day, and kind of, used the scars as a flag in his new moon, delusionally optimistic in his words, as he is about these things. So Anthony Joshua went to America a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, played the role which he needed to play, was very classy through.
The confrontation between Tyson Fury and Jake Paul over Anthony Joshua's car accident brings a tense layer to an already emotional event. While the funeral is meant for mourning, the broader implications of this tragedy ripple through the boxing community. Anthony Joshua must grapple not only with the loss of friends, but also with public scrutiny and the reactions of fellow fighters. Tyson Fury's words remind Anthony Joshua and everyone watching that even in moments of conflict and anger, there is a call for humanity and unity. Anthony Joshua's presence in this scenario demonstrates remarkable composure as he faces tragedy, controversy, and moral lessons simultaneously. This moment shows that life outside the ring carries battles of its own, and Anthony Joshua's ability to navigate these challenges with dignity, empathy, and resilience underscores why he is respected far beyond boxing as a figure of strength, humanity, and leadership.
They are not your enemies. They are your brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on earth. Remember that. Spread love, not.
The funeral of Sina and Lats leaves an indelible mark on Anthony Joshua, showing the human side of a man often seen only in the ring. From the moment he arrived, Anthony Joshua's presence spoke louder than words, conveying grief, respect, and the weight of loss that no title can shield him from. Every glance, every pause, and every quiet gesture revealed a champion struggling to reconcile public expectation with personal sorrow. The faces of friends, family, and fellow boxers reflected the tragedy, amplifying the emotional gravity. Anthony Joshua has faced many battles in his career, but none compare to the pain of losing those closest to him. The event also reminds fans that even the strongest athletes are vulnerable to life's unpredictability. Anthony Joshua's composure in such a raw and public moment highlights not only his resilience, but his empathy. He stands as a symbol of strength tempered by humanity, teaching the world that courage is measured not only by victories, but by the grace with which one bears loss. Today, Anthony Joshua proves that true champions fight hardest in moments of the heart.